Chapter 6. What to do with the seller. If you've now discovered a motivated seller, or what you believe to be one, how can you tell if you've really got one? Use an easy question to determine their level of motivation. I choose to use, "It looks like a nice place, why are you selling it?" Or, "And what are you going to do if it doesn't sell promptly?" Some individuals will state they'll wait till they get the correct offer, or they just won't sell. It's well within their right to do so, but their motivation level isn't elevated enough for you to profit. Those calls will be from the unmotivated sellers. At that point, I tell them I know a good real estate broker and recommend somebody who's helped me find or sell deals in the past. Not only do agents get repaid for bringing deals with referral fees and listings, but likewise, I get them additional sales. It's a good way to mutually benefit one another. For the unmotivated sellers, merely let them know that if their situation changes for whatever reason and they must sell, you'll still be seeking properties. Often a month of threatening bank notices or a lost job may change a lot, and the unmotivated may become the motivated. When your motivated seller says something like, "I'm screwed if I don't sell," in not so many words, you've discovered what you're seeking. Ask them how long they'd need for a closing date if you were to purchase from them. This gives you an approximation of how long you have to work with. You'd be surprised how welcome your telephone call is for a seller who needs drastic action fast, even when you're about to profit significantly from them. You don't have to lie to them about the fact that you anticipate to profit from their home. They'll appreciate the honesty. In a lot of cases, the alternative for them is a foreclosure or a bankruptcy, which you'll help them prevent. Finally, a motivated seller doesn't necessarily equate to earnings in a deal. You need to quickly discover how much equity is in a deal. You are able to do this like so. You need to ask 3 questions. What sort of shape is the house in? How much is owed? What's the lowest amount they'll sell for? Get the info on the house as best you can get it. You'll need the home details likewise, but the qualifying questions will help you truly determine quickly whether or not you're going to profit from the deal. Kindly remind them that if you're going to help them, you need the truth about their circumstances. As somebody who has been foreclosed on, I remind them that there's nothing to be humiliated about. Now it's time for the math. You need to know approximately how much is owed on the house, but you'll need to verify that through a title search. You know how much the owner wants for the sale of that property. You also know how much the property is worth to the rest of the world. Finally, don't just take somebody's word for it over the phone. Go physically examine it yourself to verify the repair condition as well as the square footage, number of bedrooms, etc. that you've been told it has. Chances are that a dire person won't lie or betray you on this, but with hundreds of thousands of dollars at stake in this process, you're going to have to check for sure. Chapter 7. The Contract. It's time for the contract. Be cautious. It's great that you now have sellers and have a network of investors to sell it to. At this point, however, if you can't go through with the deal, you simply tell another investor about the deal. At best, you will be able to expect a small referral fee. In negotiating, you always want the other individual to name their terms first. As a matter of fact, most successful negotiating simply results in meeting the other person's terms. You would be surprised how simple this stuff works. Say you had a motivated seller who had a property valued approximately $100,000. If you came in slickly, offered $90,000 for it, they often feel like you're offering what is best for you and may feel taken by you. This isn't a win-win situation. If you ask that same individual how much they want, they may tell you $75,000 after some calculation. When you write a check for the full $75,000, they actually feel more fulfilled even though they're getting $15,000 less. Occasionally, it will be a lot less than you needed to pay for it, and you'll make big returns while leaving the other individual happy too. Besides, the really motivated sellers will almost always respond with "just give me what I owe" when you negotiate a buy price. If they say anything other than that, ask the seller, "Is that truly the best that you can do?" If the seller needs $75,000, offer them their amount plus enough to have first and last to move into a new rental property. This should be something like $77,000 to $79,000 instead. You'll make a lot more friends this way than price haggling will ever get you. Let them tell you the deal and then merely fulfill that where it's a match for you too. It's time to negotiate the buy. You'll make what is known as a voidable contract. Literally, it's a contract you are able to begin now and back away from later without it costing you anything. Something magical comes in when you get your offer accepted. Lawfully, the seller can accept any other purchase offer as long as yours is in place. You'll control the property without really owning it yet. All you'll need to complete this is a standard real estate purchase contract in your state or province with a few key clauses added. You're only going through with your deal if the investor goes through with theirs. At this point, you may realize that any and all risks perceived in this type of real property are imagined. You're only buying something that's already sold to someone else. The only thing you are able to lose is any money you've put into advertising, and if you've used free classified sites, you didn't even lose that. You can't possibly get stuck with the full purchase price of a home you can't afford because you're going to void your contract before that happens. Check with your own state on how to draw up the contract and record it.